All right, guys. Well, welcome into the Calling All Brides podcast. I hope you are having a great day. My name is Joe Cirillo, and I'm with
DJ Michael, and I have DJ'd at over 2,000 wedding receptions.
2,000.
Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means I've seen a lot of white guys that can't dance. That's what that means, man. God,
you crack me up, man.
Man.
Well, we've got a great show for you today. We are talking about Southern wedding tradition. Cue up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up, man.
Leonard Skinner.
That's right, Bo.
Man.
Get out your moonshine.
Whew.
Come on.
We're in the South, man. We gotta be careful.
Hey,
Boys be here in the pickup trucks in no time, man.
We're in the South, man. Get your shotgun.
Get shotgun.
We can talk about this.
That's
we
right.
We are in the South.
Southern born and bred.
That's right. That's right. Well, Michael, we are going to talk about Southern wedding traditions. Let's talk about the first one, burying the bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, now this one got me by surprise. I thought I knew a lot about the South. I thought this was an Italian thing, but no. So the way this goes is you get a bottle of Kentucky bourbon.
Why Kentucky?
It's Southern, I guess. I don't know. I guess you could get Tennessee bourbon if you like a Jack Daniels, but they says Kentucky. I don't know. So you get a bottle of bourbon, you bury it upside down, don't know why, in the ground at the venue exactly 1 month prior to your wedding. On the day of your wedding, you have your wedding, you say I do, you get married, you dig it up, you do a shot. It's supposed to give you good luck and good fortune and good weather.
So what part of the... Okay, I get it. We're gonna bury it. I don't understand why we're burying it upside down.
I don't know.
I mean, is the bottle sealed?
Hey, research team! Well, they're not answering. They must be off the clock. I don't know why. That's right. It's a brand new bottle. It's a brand new bottle. You bury it upside down and you do it 30 dadays prior. You open it up. It's supposed to give you good luck, good fortune.
Okay, so, all right, on wedding day, I get it. On wedding day. What part of the wedding day?
I've seen, well, no. So they've got to be married. So after the ceremony and when the reception starts, you would go out then with your boys, you dig it up and y'all do a shot and shoot, toast and all that. Yeah.
Just another excuse to drink.
Hey, we're in the South, man.
Come on.
You got to have reason to play football and drink.
Why don't we bury moonshine?
Probably have done that.
I mean, to me, we're in the South.
Yeah. You reckon in Colorado they bury weed?
Oh my goodness!
So it's taking a bad turn, man. I'm sorry.
Did you once tell me that you heard something about like?
Okay, here we go.
What's the weed thing at weddings?
It's called. There's a tradition. Yeah, you have like traditional weddings, Gothic weddings. But there's weed weddings now.
Weed weddings.
So in states where it's legal, they have tables like you would have cupcakes or whatever. They have an open bar and they have strains of weed. And you can go. No, they all get high. Yeah, heck of a party for a DJ.
If you're in Colorado,
and you better have double the budget for food.
Wow. I don't know, but I don't do drugs, so I don't know anything about marijuana.
I find this hard to believe, but if you can Google this, there are weed weddings. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Let me add in the weed to my budget. I mean, where are you getting that much
the food
weed?
That when the munchies kick in? What are you going to do with all the food, man?
Well, I guess now I asked you where am I going to get the weed. I guess we're in a legal weed.
Yeah, they get the weed,
right?
Yeah,
like Colorado. California,
well, we've had weddings where guys have rolled cigars. I've been to weddings,
common.
So I guess they roll joints, man. I don't know. Again, I got to ask the research team. I don't know. That's weed weddings. Google it.
I guess we're going to have to do a California West Coast wedding traditions. I guess that's going to be top on the list.
I'll go test it.
Yeah. Wow, what an interesting one.
Yep.
Well, it's talking about
Let's get serious.
Yeah, let's get serious here. Let's talk about the next one. It is jumping of the broom.
Oh man, I love this one. So back in the day, this is an African American tradition where when slavery was around, it was illegal for African Americans to get married. It was illegal. So they would put a broom down, and the couple would get married. They'd have someone marry them. They'd jump over the broom as they're saying, "I'm not. You're going to be your servant anymore. I'm jumping over this. I'm my own person now." And so now modern day couples do this to pay homage to their ancestors. Yeah, it's really cool.
I actually had one about a year ago. As we said, we're from the South. I was in Sumter, South Carolina. Big Sumter, South Carolina. And bride and groom had the broom. I had that was the first time I'd actually seen it. I had never seen it in person.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but never seen it.
Right.
And watched them jump over that. Of course, I'm the videographer, captured that moment. It's important to them. But yeah, it was really cool. And I was kind of surprised on what kind of broom it actually was.
They're kind of like old school, the straw. They're like, yeah, you're right. It can't be like a broom you buy in the store. It's like a stick, and the straw is tied. on there. So I had the ones they actually used. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah, something that you'll definitely remember if you see that at a wedding.
Yeah.
So, very interesting one.
Yeah.
Next, Southern wedding tradition is the cake pull.
Yeah, started in Victorian era down in the great state of Louisiana. You've heard of the king cake, where they bake a little baby in the cake.
Oh, yeah. Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah. So this is the same type deal. They it's during the bridesmaids' luncheon, and they have a cake made, and there are charms baked in the cake, and the charms are tied to a ribbon, and the ribbon sticks out of the cake, so all the ribbons stick out, and each girl pulls a ribbon, and on the end is a charm. So if she gets a horseshoe, that's good luck. If she gets a dollar sign, that's money. You don't want to pull the baby out of this cake, because there's something you don't know. But it's just like a symbolism, like whatever you pull out is supposedly what's going to happen in your life.
Now, I got to ask you, I've had some king cakes before in my life, and we get it usually from Publix.
Yeah.
So now, this kind of cake that you're talking about, do you get that at Publix or a cake baker?
Yeah, they will bake this for you, and I know it started in Louisiana, and there's bakers that actually will do this. You ask for a cake pull.
Really?
Yeah, it's a true thing. Yeah.
Those cakes always scare me, because I'm like, I just don't see how people don't choke, with that little baby in there. So if you've got these little charms, how do people not choke?
Well, at least they're tied to a ribbon, so you pull all the ribbons out, you're safe to eat it. But yeah, those king cakes freak me out a little bit.
So there's no baby in this cake?
No.
Okay, well, that's a good thing, because, could you imagine if the bride chokes and...
There's a baby.
Yeah, that's just...
I don't know.
I don't know. So
we're in South Carolina, man. We don't do that stuff here.
Yeah. I have never seen that one. That would be interesting. I'd like to see that one. I might have to go to Louisiana and check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Well, on the topic of cakes, the next Southern wedding tradition is the groom cake.
Yeah, the groom's cake. Now, I don't see that like I used to, and I didn't know the symbolism. But you have the wedding cake, and then you have a smaller, not as fancy cake. It's not technically for the groom. It's to honor well, it is kind of the groom, like his favorite sports team, college, pro, or his hobby. So the wedding cake's kind of the girl's cake. This is so you have a cake with like a football gridiron or a soccer field or your NFL team, and so that's the groom's cake. He gets that one. It can be in any flavor.
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of those. I've seen them. If he's a hunter, again, we're from the South, so we see it with like a shotgun and a pickup truck.
Right.
And, sometimes they even put the shell from the 12 gauge on the cake. I've seen sports teams, like you said. We're big college football fans here in the South, so we see all kinds of college football cakes. Trying to think what else I've seen on these cakes.
I had one that was a guy was a PGA golfer, and they had the PGA logo.
Oh wow!
Baked as a cake. That was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, guys, and that's kind of cool. Again, like you said, you got your nice big old wedding cake that's pretty, and then you kind of have this, smaller cake.
It usually tastes better too. It's usually a better tasting cake because it's like chocolate or chocolate cream or something. But the guy gets to pick this. That's his one thing he gets to do that day. So let him have cake.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that one. Our next Southern wedding tradition is the feet washing.
Yeah, now I've only seen this one a couple times, and it's definitely a Christian tradition. Takes place during the ceremony. It goes to a Bible verse, that's John 13, verses 1 through 7, where Jesus washed the disciples' feet as a show of sacrificial love and devotion. So the bride and the groom wash each other's feet to show that they love each other, they will sacrifice, and they're devoted to one another. So it's a really cool, especially in the Christian faith, it's a big, big deal to do this during a ceremony. I've only seen it a couple times, and they'll have a white cloth there to dry their feet off.
Wow.
It's really nice, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, that seems like a very spiritual.
Very spiritual, yeah.
Very, wow.
They won't be doing weed at this wedding.
No weed. Oh, goodness.
No.
No weed. No weed.
No.
All right. Next one is the bridal portrait.
This one got me by surprise. We've all seen them, and they always turn around backwards. And then after the ceremony, when she's married, they turn them around. Like, I guess you can't see her until she's married. The way it started, and this started in the South, that it was basically the girls get the dress, and they want to try it on, and they want to get the hair and makeup done. And usually they do something different with the hair for the wedding. So it's really a trial run. They go to the beauty shop, and the hairdresser does their hair. The makeup person does their makeup. They try the dress on. Hey, she's not nervous that day.
Yeah.
And if the weather's bad, they can do it another day. And so they pick the perfect day, the perfect time, and she does a trial run, takes a portrait. That is her wedding portrait. So she's not doing it on her wedding day, where she may be emotional or sweaty or makeup's running, whatever. So it's really a trial run. That's all it is.
Did not know that.
I didn't either.
tons of weddings. I see, a lot of times they're covered with some sort of fabric.
Until she's married. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. And you make a good point. Because obviously it's wedding day. There's going to be tears some part of the day for some reason. It's a very emotional day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes pretty.
You don't want to experiment with your hair on your wedding day.
No.
Bad color or something. I used to sell hair color. Can you imagine? And she wants to be a vivacious redhead and looks just like crap. And she's getting married in 3 hours.
Can I experiment with mine?
No.
No?
Get you some toupees, man. Try that.
That's right. Maybe I should try that. I have been bald, since I was in high school.
A man bridal portrait. That'd be awesome, man.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine guys doing this? They have their cigars, man, and doing all this stuff. It'd be
glamour shots.
It'd be a train wreck.
I
remember. Yeah.
Wow.
Does a woman ever look like that picture? Really, ever? They look better than those pictures.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with that's a marketing genius there, because I never saw one that looked real.
No.
We're off topic, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, very, very interesting. All right, and the last Southern wedding tradition. This is just
read this one with a straight face.
The pounding party.
What's a pounding party, Joe?
I have no idea. I can't wait for you to tell me.
It's not what you think. Get your mind out of the gutter. A pounding party dates back to, and this is a Southern tradition, when a new minister would come to town. That's a big deal. When a small little Southern Baptist church gets a new minister, that's a big vetting process to be a minister. So they're always married. So him and his wife take ownership, but they always had a house next to the church where they lived for free as the pastor. So the local parishioners would bring over gifts like a pound of butter, a pound of sugar, a pound of flour. Because, back in the day, that's what they used to sustain life. They grew their vegetables. So they took a pound of things. So it's called a pounding party. A pound of sugar, a pound of butter, a pound of, flour. Right?
Weed.
Pound of weed. That'd be wow. Dude, that's one of those non-denominational churches, man. That's not a Baptist church. But Southerners kind of adopted that and took it as a housewarming gift. Now we have stock the bar parties. And then again, the South, any excuse we have to drink. So a stock the bar party came from the pounding parties where you give them gifts as housewarming gifts. That's all it is.
Wow. Man. Moonshine.
Moonshine.
A moonshine party? What other parties are you going to give me?
Barbecue.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Pound of barbecue.
Pound of barbecue. Now, here's the question. If we talk about a pound of barbecue.
Okay, here we go. Mustard base.
We're in the South.
Vinegar base.
I'm a mustard based.
Vinegar.
Vinegar?
Yeah, vinegar. On,
I know. We are serious about our barbecue.
We are serious. I ever tell you a story about, because barbecue, when you do catered wedding receptions in the South, and we feed people. It's not like little hors d'oeuvres, man. We put food down, right? It's like macaroni and cheese and string beans and banana pudding. Well, there was a period last summer where I worked about 14 weeks straight. Guess what I had? 14 Saturdays in a row. Barbecue. Now, I like barbecue. Don't get me wrong. I can't touch it today. I ate so much freaking barbecue, and it's hot outside, and you're eating barbecue, and top it off with like a pound of mac and cheese, and then a big cup of banana pudding.
I was going to say, you got to top it off with banana pudding. Come on now.
Man.
You know it.
Gained 20 pounds that summer, man.
I bet. Yeah. So, well, guys, we hope you had a good time with us.
We did.
We had a good time, especially talking about the weed part, right?
Yeah.
But now, the Southern wedding traditions, we're definitely going to have to do one on Midwest and West.
Yeah, that could be cool. Like cowboy stuff, and I guess you do Northeast and West, and that'd be kind of fun.
There's all kind of stuff up in the North.
I'll get with the research team.
Yeah, you get with the research team.
I'll see what they can come up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, did you hear about the two florists that got married?
Two florists that got married?
No. It was an arranged wedding.
Watch out for the tomato.
I know,
right? It's coming.
I know.
Keep bobbing and weaving. Hi, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Calling All Brides podcast. We hope that you got some great information tonight. Learned a little bit with our Southern wedding traditions, and we will bring you a lot of great content. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, the Calling All Brides podcast, or check us out on all your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you rate us. Make sure you like us. Make sure you share us with somebody that you think might get a little bit out of this podcast.
Please share this, guys. We're working hard for you, trying to keep it fun, and hope you enjoyed yourself.
That's right. Take care. We'll see you next time.